This time I'd like to call the April 18th, 2024 regular meeting of the Common Council City of Plattsburgh to order at 5:32 p.m. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Carlin, will you please conduct the roll call?
Mayor Olberg.
Here.
Council Bond.
Here.
Council Avery. Council Gibbs. Here. Council Talon.
Here.
Council Manette.
Here.
Council Moore.
Here. Councilor Avery has been excused. All councilors have received a copy of the minutes of the April 4th, 2024 regular meeting. If there are no additions, deletions, or corrections, I'll now take a motion to accept the minutes as presented. Motion by Councilor Gibbs, second. Councilor Manette, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. I'll now recognize those in the audience who wish to share their thoughts and concerns with the council on any topic. Please come to the podium to be acknowledged. When called upon, we please ask you to state your legal name and address for the record. And in accordance with the organizational rules of order, all speakers will be given 5 minutes to address the council. All right, seeing none. Oh, sorry.
Hello,
Hello.
my name is Christian Revia. I'm with my peers here doing a little bit of an investigation into the college relocation of Clinton Community College into the Swing Plattsburgh campus. We were wondering if you guys had any information on that.
Traditionally, we don't get into a question and answer, but this is not the body that asks that question. Now that we're not,
We kind of
we don't
figured,
have jurisdiction on that. So.
we kind of figured, but our teacher had suggested we come this today.
Who's your teacher? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
talking to. I will not have a talking to with your teacher.
It was Dr. Kawanji, Badi Kawanji. All right, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Can I respond? Is that
Please
okay?
do.
So the county legislature is a different governing body, and they oversee some of the budget contributions for Clinton Community College. So if you were able to attend one of the county legislature meetings, that would probably be the governing body for you to ask a question to.
Okay.
So those are also publicly advertised, and that's probably where you would get more answers.
All right, thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else that wishes to address the council on any topic? Seeing none, there are currently no correspondence or recommendation from the special committee. Thank you, guys. I will report that the payroll is approved by council for various departments of the city of Plattsburgh for the week ending April 17th, 2024, in the amount of $681,333.12, as well as the bills audited by the common council for the weeks ending April 12th, 2024, in the amount of $720,112.18, and April 19th, 2024, in the amount of $987,078.49. As reported, and for the record, items 6.1 through 6.4 have been submitted for the council, as well as a standard monthly report. I'll also note the addition of 6.2 report memo for the city of Plattsburgh body-worn cameras, and anticipate additional conversations and reports to come in the near future.
Mayor, I'm going to ask a question of the finance department because I forgot. Is it okay if I ask a question here? Or would you prefer I do it during the?
Do it now, yeah,
Okay, it's just a very quick question.
please.
For Casey. So the annual financial report, is that going to be created and sent to the state comptroller's office soon?
Yes, so our audit actually got delayed and they can't do our audit until May. And they're the ones that give us our audited financial statements. We are in the process of submitting everything to the comptrollers. I think aside that will be submitted.
Okay.
And so we'll wait on that to get that, and then we'll submit that to them.
Thank
And you
you.
guys will also get a packet, the packet that we hand out to you.
Thank you.
No problem.
6.5, liaison report, Plattsburgh Public Library, Councilor Manette.
Their meetings.
Okay, thank you. Liaison report, Climate Smart Task Force, Councilor Talent.
Okay, I guess I've been building up to this for a while. All right, so this Saturday, there's going to be a wonderful event, all over Plattsburgh and then in downtown Plattsburgh. The Green Up is combining with the Earth Day event. We're working together, and so people are gonna go out and pick up garbage out on the streets and sidewalks and everything. And if you bring it downtown, and you can get some free ice cream. So looking forward to that. And there's going to be an Earth Day event in Trinity Park. There is going to be some speaking, and there's going to be a storytelling half hour by Mr. Bennett, the Public Library. So if you like Mr. Bennett, know who he is, come on down, bring your kids down, maybe bring a bag lunch or something, and just, have the story read. And we'll have some organizations tabling down there telling you how to be more of a climate smart community, and just really looking forward to it. There's also going to be an open mic going on, so there will be some music. If you want to come down and enjoy some music, if you want to come down and play some music, please, it's an open mic, just come on down. And it's going to be going on from 12 until 3 on Saturday. The Green Up is starting, I believe, at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. And then we'll just bring it all there, and Mr. Dingling will have the ice cream downtown. So everybody come on downtown Saturday, April 20th. Thank you. Mr. Dingling.
Thank you. Ms. Carlin, will you please read the titles of the resolutions to be acted upon?
Item 7.76, approved contract extension contract WRF 2023-03 sodium thiosulfate for the city of Plattsburgh.
Motion by Councilor Gates, second. Councilor Talon, discussion. Roll call.
Councilor Bond?
Yes.
Councilor Gibbs?
Yes.
Councilor Talon?
Yes.
Councilor Manette?
Yes.
Councilor Moore?
Yes. Carried.
Item 7.77, approved contract extension contract WRF 2022-05 hauling of sludge from the WRRF.
Motion by Councilor Gates, second. Councilor Bond, discussion. Roll call.
Councilor Bond?
Yes.
Councilor Gibbs?
Yes.
Councilor Talon?
Yes.
Councilor Manette?
Yes.
Councilor Moore?
Yes. Carried.
Item 7.78, authorized travel request, police department.
Motion by Councilor Gates, second. Councilor Bond, discussion. Roll call.
Councilor Bond?
Yes.
Councilor Gibbs?
Yes.
Councilor Talon?
Yes.
Councilor Manette?
Yes.
Councilor Moore?
Yes. Carried.
Item 7.79, authorized MLD to award bid.
Motion, Councilor Gates, second. Councilor Moore, discussion. Roll call.
Councilor Bond?
Yes.
Councilor Gibbs?
Yes.
Councilor Talon?
Yes.
Councilor Manette?
Yes.
Councilor Moore?
Yes. Carried.
Item 7.80, revised 2024 quarterly MLD board meeting schedule.
Motion by Councilor Gibbs, second. Councilor Talon, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried.
Item 7.81, authorized 2023 audit fees contract.
Motion, Councilor Gibbs, second. Councilor Manette, discussion. Roll call.
Councilor Bond?
Yes.
Councilor Gibbs?
Yes.
Councilor Talon?
Yes.
Councilor Manette?
Yes.
Councilor Moore?
Yes. Carried.
Item 7.82 is being withdrawn, or you're going to withdraw it.
Read it, and I'll make a motion to withdraw.
Item 7.82, adoption of the Plattsburgh City Campus Coalition.
Motion to withdraw this item. Motion by Councilor Bond, second by Councilor Gibbs. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Items withdrawn.
Item 7.83, approve Chick-fil-A to create geofences in city parks for special events.
Motion. Councilor Bond, second. Councilor Manette, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
One abstention.
Councilor Talon?
So for, just for a point of order, abstentions are required to have some type of conflict, active conflict to abstain from an item. If there is no active conflict to abstain from an item, we do ask that you submit a yea or a nay.
Okay, then nay. Respectfully nay.
One in the negative, approved.
Item 7.84, authorize mayor to act on behalf of City of Plattsburgh as authorized official for NDRC.
Motion. Counselor Gibbs, second by Counselor Bond, discussion.
What is this?
Yeah, it's a Northern Border Region Commission grant for water line work, and infrastructure work on Court Street.
So,
The 1.970 million, grant request, 1 million, will be committed with a local match.
okay, so what is the scope of this?
Uh,
From where to where? So new water line on Court Street from where, what location to what location?
Sure, I would imagine it's all of Court Street.
All of Court Street.
The whole line?
All of Court Street. Sorry.
I just caught that.
Kind of words together sometimes.
Why Court Street? What is significant or relevant about Court Street for this particular one?
I didn't go for the grant, but I'm assuming it's because, part of the phasing for Martyr Street was there was an alternate for Brinkerhoff and Court, to resurface and go ahead and, I think they wanted to change, the traffic pattern, the parking, and if we're gonna go down through there and do that, and if there's a grant available to replace the water line, it's, I think that one's the early 1900s. Never better time to do it.
I can add to it that we have already received grant funding to do a complete streets project on Court and Brinkerhoff, which would introduce a multimodal path. And so the idea is if we're gonna be tearing up the street, Court Street already to do that, then why not replace the water line underneath the street as well at the same time?
Okay, but we haven't committed to redoing the Court and Brinkerhoff Street projects. So I understand it's important to have a grant. When we say yes to this, is there, when would we be informed that we've received the grant?
The application for the NPRC one is due, I believe, at the end of May, so I'd expect within the next couple months after that, we would know whether we were awarded or not. I'd have to get back to you on the exact timeline for award. The DEC Complete Streets Grant that we won for the Court Brinkerhoff resurfacing, that was applied for in the 2023 consolidated funding application, and we did win it. So I believe at that time, there probably was a level of commitment.
There was a
Implementing that.
level of commitment to fund that infrastructure improvement, which was associated to that application, that grant application for the total project, I think was 3.7
Yeah.
with a 50% grant, with contribution of 50% match from the city, correct?
Yeah, and we also are waiting to hear back from a DOT TAP grant,
What
which,
does that stand for, Pat?
Transportation Alternatives Program? Thanks, Alicia.
Yeah.
Transportation Alternatives Program. That we are waiting to hear back from. Awards go out in June. We used the same scope of work, the Court and Brinkerhoff project, and applied for that grant because it matches 80-20. So 80% covered and then the city would cover 20%. And so the strategy here is just to try to layer grant funding to alleviate costs on the city to complete this project.
So the local match of 970,000, where's that come from? General fund?
I would imagine it'd be a capital.
I don't have to, like I said, I'm not involved in the
Yeah.
funding portion.
Typically as norm, it would be a capital project, with a $970,000 contribution from the general fund with the caveat to, bond it if it's a bonded project. It could be a bonded project.
So, Courtney, are you saying the entire resurfacing of Court is $3.7 million?
And Brinkerhoff
So Brinkerhoff and Court together
together.
are $3.7 million.
Yes, and more than resurfacing, but
Sidewalks
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So that's $3.7 million. And we received a DVC Complete Street. Do you know how much that is?
that covers 50% of that 3.75. So the 1 point,
1.5.
yeah,
So, roughly how much would this $3.7 million, roughly how much would that be, capital project on? If we're hoping we get this grant, we have the DEC Complete Streets, you're applying for the DOT TAP grant and waiting to hear from it.
Yeah.
What would be the city's, contribution to that after grant?
so if we only won the DEC grant, then it would be the 1.5 to that project. If we win the TAP grant, it would be less than that because that has the 80-20 match. And I don't have the quick math in my brain to do 20% of 3 point.
Would you be able to send that to us by email as a follow-up to this?
Just a breakdown of sort of the pro forma of all the.
That would be nice.
So with the first 50%, they would allow the next 1.5 million to be covered by an 80-20 match? Is that how that works?
That's the question right now, because the DEC's grant, there's language in the grant that says it can be matched, but there's caveats to how it can be matched, whether it's matched by in-kind or services provided by the city or city work. The question that we have right now that we're trying to sort through is, do we go back to the DEC with alternate options for applying for that, where we would apply to that money to, or do we just leverage the TAP grant at the 80-20 and then ditch, which we don't want to do, obviously, ditch the DEC grant? If it does not allow for a match coming from alternate.
Right.
Correct. This, though, is completely separate from the $3.75 million project.
So this is something we'd be on the hook for 970,
Correct,
as well as the 1.5 if we don't get that 80-20 match.
correct.
So that's.
Now, the scope of the project as original did not include understreet infrastructure. So this is replacing the early 1900 infrastructure on Court Street, which we've already had a couple problems with already this year. We've had 2 breaks, one in front of the president's house and one.
The other thing that replacing water lines does, and we just got through the exercise, and I don't know if I spoke at a previous infrastructure meeting, is what they call a lead service line replacement program. Don't get nervous, we don't have lead water lines running throughout the city, but we do have lead in our water system. Particularly the taps going to houses, so they have what they call lead gooseneck. By replacing water lines, it checks a box. We're federally mandated, just replace a certain number every year. We're the only municipality locally that's completed our inventory. And now the next step will be coming up with a plan to replace it. So doing a project like this in the neighborhood will check some of those boxes. And it's not if, it's, we're gonna be made to do it regardless.
And to be clear, this is not, you can split hairs, but this is not general fund money, this is water fund money. So it comes out of water reserve or water capital. Separate funds paid for by water rates.
So what's the status of the wastewater lines there? I know we replaced both downtown. Is there an issue with that, or does that look okay that we don't?
So what we have gone through there is, I believe it's concrete sewer, and we have, it's in good shape, and we don't, that's the other thing that will be incorporated in the Court Street is gonna be storm sewer, which we're gonna be separation, which we get, in the center city, we're lacking storm sewer.
Be able to connect with downtown.
Correct.
And is that part of the?
That would be part of the overall scope, is to include storm sewer in there. And again, that can come out of, we can look at it, I think sanitary sewer, because it is separation. I believe they're gonna allow us to use sanitary sewer money, which we have a very healthy, sewer fund.
Correct.
To do the sewer lines.
To
here,
do
and that's-
separation of storm sewer
Right.
from the sanitary line. The
And
sanitary
it's
line
not
is
part of
fine.
this. That's not part of it.
The storm sanitary is not gonna be replaced. Storm sewer will be, a new storm sewer will be introduced and separating.
So one final question. Are we hoping that we are going to complete this project this year? No, I don't think so.
No, and a lot of that reason is because the change in the DEC's grant portal has delayed our ability to go out with, to sign the grant contracts and go out to bid for them.
So are we hoping that this would happen next year?
That's what the goal.
What's your goal?
Construction.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes,
Carried.
Item 7.85, revising capital project H130.67, 2021 sanitary sewer.
Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Manette, discussion.
Okay, can we get,
Yeah, sure. So what this is, you probably heard me talk about it at infrastructure meetings, slip lining of what we call the river run sewer. We have the first phase of that, which would be from Underwood Trailer Park all the way down to Allen Street, following the Saranac River. We were successful slip lining, I think, three separate sections, of that sewer that needed to be. What we're lining is old clay tile sewer, which is basically a softer product, and over time it does break down. Concrete sewers are more durable. This would be a continuation of the river run sewer. So it would go down Allen Street and follow under Waterhouse Street, cross Cornelia Street, or South Captain Street, and over to Station 2. So that's that phase of it. Then you have Morrison, which has a clay tile sewer, and you have Grace, which has a clay tile sewer. And like I said, because of the success of the first phase, we decided to try to move forward with completing these couple areas.
It's worth noting that this is an increase to the sewer capital reserve. As Mike just noted, it's very healthy right now. Probably something that we want to certainly check with the comptroller's office on how much money we should be having in there versus how much money is currently in there. So that we're not getting in trouble for not reinvesting that money back into our system. But even with this increase, there's still an amount in there that I don't think anybody would be too concerned over. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
yes,
Carried.
Item 7.86, memorandum of understanding between the city of Plattsburgh and the Plattsburgh Firefighters Local 2421 Fire Department Staffing Analysis and accepting AP Triton's proposal dated March 14, 2024.
Motion, Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Bond, discussion.
So I want to thank Nick and Chief Wallace for coming up and answering some questions. I'm going to vote yes on this, but I don't like the way that this was done. It should have been sent to an RFP. I think that there needed to be a clearer explanation of, in form of like a matrix, and there needed to be a very defined scope of work sent to them. So my inclination originally was to ask for this item to either be withdrawn or to vote yes. So I am going to vote yes on it, but it does give me a little bit of heartburn about the way that it was handled. I want to make sure that what we receive is exactly what you explained at the microphone. That this is going to take a look at current staffing in our budget, determine, do we have the appropriate number of staffing for the tasks of the fire department, looking at locations of stations. I'm sure response times to calls are going to be part of what they look at. The numbers of structure fires we have, the numbers of EMS calls that we have. I feel like that clearly outlined process as part of the scope of work was missing from this. But I'm going to take a leap of faith that this is going to be done well by this company, and that it will do what you're intending that it will do. But I really need to take a stand on this. The process is not good business. To spend $30,000 of taxpayers' money with not clearly understanding until we got you to the microphone what that's going to do, without it in a document that's submitted to council that says Triton is going to do this, it's kind of a leap of faith for us. But it is long overdue. I've supported this for a long, long time. But I don't like the way that this was done, but I will vote yes on that. I want to make that very clear.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes.
Carried.
Item 7.87, authorized budget adjustments, fire department staffing analysis.
Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Bond, discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yep.
Counselor Moore?
Yes.
Carried.
Item 7.88, authorize city chamberlain to execute and record deed and other conveyance documents for parcels of real property 221.15-6-29 and 221.15-2-27.
Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Manette, discussion.
Where is this?
I was gonna ask.
Everyone's doing it.
So it's two parcels, one's on Monty Street, the other's on South Third Street, just for, out of respect to the prior property owners, it didn't include the actual street address, but it's certainly identifiable based on the fact that parcel.
So where is it again?
One's on Monty Street, the other's on South Third Street.
I'm so confused on this. What are we doing?
So this is a follow-up, the final step in the in-rem foreclosure process. So these are two properties that had not paid their taxes, beyond the statutory period. This is the end result of the petition for foreclosure. These are the sole properties that, had not responded to a motion to, regain possession or title to those parcels.
It's been a while since we've done this.
It is, the next steps are still unclear. New York State just today actually, modified the state statute, which, was the result of the Supreme Court decision, which, required New York State to modify how they make property after auction, with respect to the retention of the proceeds from those auctions. So we're still working through that, but these parcels are in relatively good condition. They're single-family residences. There's no concern that the city would be stuck with any albatross, as far as a parcel that would be unsellable or unconveyable.
I have to add as well that there is a mechanism that we're actively exploring to partner with the housing authority and the, I think it's Plattsburgh Community Housing, to leverage that organization as essentially it's a quasi use of a land bank. It's not a land bank, but it's a mechanism that we can partner with them to convey this property to then be converted to low-income housing and low-income home ownership. So it's something that we're exploring. It's not a final decision to do that. It's an exploration of that mechanism. If you do recall, some members on the council were around back in 2019 when the city was in loose conversations to participate in the county land bank. 2020 happened. I've asked for information on where that process is at. I'm not aware of that, of anything happening since then. New York State has looked at putting more money towards land banks, but again, that would not impact us. This mechanism is a quasi use of a partner agency to leverage vacant properties and available properties for that use. So.
Does that require a local law to?
Again, we're exploring that. We know that there's a law, the municipal real property law that covers this already. This is an exploration. It will likely have to come back. It will actually likely come back to council for approval at that point. Whatever mechanism we employ to offload this asset. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes.
Carried.
Item 7.89, authorized travel request, fire department.
Motion. Counselor Gibbs, second. Counselor Manette, discussion. Roll call.
Council Bond?
Yes.
Council Gibbs?
Yes.
Council Talon?
Yes.
Council Manette?
Yes.
Council Moore?
Yes.
Carried. At this time, I'll introduce local law P2 of 2024, local law adding chapter 17 harbor management to the, one chapter, I apologize. A local law adding chapter 177 harbor management to the city code of the city of Plattsburgh. The public hearing date is set for Thursday. Holy smokes. That's an antique.
I'm just gonna stand here.
Councilman Manette might want to roll.
Oh, yeah, seriously, don't move that away. Oh, my. What is happening around here?
Just look at this.
City Hall's falling apart.
How long has it been cracked so?
I can't even say.
Oh, she tries to blame it on Sylvia like automatically. She's like, Sylvia.
I wanted her to, even it out. I wanted her to like, what's it called? I wanted her to back me up, that's been cracked.
Are we gonna be sending that bill?
Yeah, apparently so. Call the city historian. Okay, sorry, let's regain our composure. The public hearing date is set for Thursday, May 2nd, 2024 at 5:30 PM. I'll also introduce local law P3 of 2024, a local law amending chapter 360 zoning of the city code of the city of Plattsburgh by adding Article 10 waterfront overlay consistency review and development guidelines to chapter 30 zoning of the city code of the city of Plattsburgh. That public hearing date is set for Thursday, May 2nd, 2024 at 5:31 PM.
Just for a point of order that Council Avery is asking tonight, and we'll just email him this local law to finalize the introduction.
Great. Is there any new business to come before the council? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion by Councilor Vaughn, second by Councilor Gibbs. All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, folks.